Hello everyone and welcome to Medford Anywhere Learning TV. We're glad you're tuned in. We want to give a shout out to our friends at Southern Oregon PBS, KTVL, KDRV, and the Dove Network. Thank you for hosting us on your station. In the Medford School District, we have one shared vision, and that we believe that all are learning, and learning is for all. And what better place to do that than right here on Medford Anywhere Learning TV.
Hi, I'm Kristen Robinson, and I teach kindergarten at Kennedy Elementary here in Medford, Oregon. Today, we are going to work on a really fun math project. Our standard today is I can solve subtraction and addition word problems within 10 by using objects and drawings to represent the problem. Remember, in kindergarten, drawings can be either a picture or if you know how to write the numbers, you can do that too. So I wrote a little word problem story for us, and you can see I have some of my friends here. These were actually my son's cars when he was your age. Can you believe how cool that is? I still have them. Let's read our word problem. It was race day. The weather was warm and the crowd was really excited. There were 10 cars. How many cars were there? 10. Okay, 10. Let's count them to make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There were 10 cars. When all of a sudden, the piggy car began to feel nervous and he drove away. We already have less cars. Let's keep reading to see what the word problem says. Then the purple car started to make a chugging sound. I wonder if it kind of sounded like chug, 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 chug. And he had to go back to the pits to get a quart of oil. So let's see, the purple car is down here. Let's drive him away. So now we've lost 2 cars out of our 10. Thinking he really wanted to get a snack, the tow truck looked around. Then he drove away and went to the ice cream stand. Didn't know they had ice cream at races. Let's drive the tow truck away. Now we are missing 3 cars. The cars looked at each other. Their numbers were less than when they started. Ooh, their numbers were less. So that means we don't have as many cars as we began with. They were 10 in the beginning. 10. Okay, so we had 10. And then we lost 3. And we need to decide how many cars are left at the starting line. So I brought a tool with me so we could do this together. I have some paper because I really like to make marks when I'm counting, but I also have an equation frame. And when I use an equation frame, I like to write my numbers down, and I start with a number that I begin with. So I know the word problem said there were 10. So I need to write 10, but I think before I do that, I want to make some tally marks just to make sure that you know exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to put my equation frame down, and I'm going to pick a pink pen because I really like pink. I even wore my pink sweater today because I like pink so much. Now I know I had 10. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I know when I make tally marks, I can either make the tally on the end of the 4 or I can put it through. So I know that's 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I had 10. And I'm going to represent my tally marks with the numbers 1 and 0. Okay. And I really like this pen because it's a scented pen. It's really exciting. Now I need to look at my cars because I know I lost some and I have 3 over here. So I think what I'll do is I'll make some tally marks for 3, just so I can kind of remind myself that 3 left the race. So 1, 2, 3. When I write the number 3, it's always a really good idea to practice writing our numbers, especially now when we're not necessarily in our classroom at school, but we're in our home classroom. So I started with 10 and I took away 3. And I remember that when I take something away, it's a minus sign. So I'm going to get my equation frame now because I think I'm ready to put the equation together. So I'm going to put this aside for just a minute because we're going to have another word problem. Make sure I close up my marker because we don't want it to dry out, especially because it's my favorite pink one. And I'm going to use a dry erase marker. If you don't have a dry erase marker at home, you could use a regular marker for this and just write it on a piece of paper. But I have my handy dandy laminated equation frame. So I had 10 and I took away 3. So now I need to fill it out. So the first number was 10. So I'm writing 1 and a 0, and that goes first because it's the bigger number. And then I took away 3. 1, 2, 3. I write my 3, and that goes second. Do you want to see what it looks like? 10 minus 3, and then there's that super amazing equal sign, the 2 lines that point to what I have left when I'm all done. So now I remember that it's really easy to count if I touch things when I count. So I'm going to put this down and I'll put my pen here. I'm going to leave it open just for a second because I know I'm going to be fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7 cars left. So I'm going to write down 7. And my equation is written 10 minus 3 equals 7. So I remember in my standard, it said I can subtract using a word problem within 10. I started with 10 cars and I took away 3 and I have 7. So I've met my target for this equation. Now, I like to take it a step further and really check myself and make sure that I understand what I'm doing. So I'm going to put this one away and I'm going to take out my number sentence. I love because sentences because they help me really get that information to stick inside of my brain. I know when I take away from it equals because I Now this is the part that I have to use my higher level thinking. And I'm going to use those words in my brain. And I know that I started with 10. I took away 3. So let's fill it out. Let's see. I know when I take away 3 because I took 3 cars away from 10 because I started with 10. It equals 7. So far, I know when I take 3 away from 10, it equals 7 because let's see. What did I do to figure that out? I counted. So if I couldn't write the word counted, I could ask mom or dad to do it, or whoever is taking care of me, or I could just tell them that I counted. So I'm going to write counted. Sometimes I know a number equals another number when I take it away just because I used my fingers. Because remember, these are tools that are always with you to count. I really love doing subtraction. Do you want to do an addition problem with me now? Let's put this one away. I have another story, but this time I'm going to use some different friends. So we're going to move our cars out of the way and then come back with some bunnies. So you'll remember we just went through and we finished our subtraction. Now I have an addition word problem. Let's review our standard. I can solve subtraction and addition word problems within 10 by using objects. our cars, and drawings to represent the problem. So our drawing was our tally marks, but now on this one, we might use something a little bit different. Let's put our standard over here, and I'm going to read you our next word problem that I wrote. Remember, we're doing addition this time. On a sunny spring day, 2 little bunnies were sitting on a hill. My 2 bunnies. The bunnies were excited because this was a day they would take part in the bunny games. That sounds like a lot of fun to me. All of a sudden, the 2 bunnies heard giggling. The giggling was getting closer. Who was it, they wondered? The 2 bunnies suddenly saw 6 more bunnies. 2 bunnies saw 6 more bunnies hopping toward them. So I have some more bunnies over here. So let's take 6 and put them or add them to our 2 bunnies we already have. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's see. The 2 bunnies were sitting on the hill, and then they heard some bunnies coming, and there were 6 more bunnies. So let's see what happens next. The 2 bunnies knew that the fun was just about to begin because more bunnies arrived. If the bunny games started with 2 bunnies and 6 more bunnies joined, how many bunnies are there now? Okay, so it's addition, so that means we're adding together. We're not taking away, we're putting things together. So now I'm going to move my bunnies a little bit. And let's see, I don't want to mess them up because I remember I had 2 and 6 came along. And I'm going to get my favorite marker, my pink one, and a blank piece of paper. And this time, I'm going to use a few different things so you can see how I can represent my bunnies. Remember, a representation is not the actual bunny pictures. You don't have to draw all the bunnies out, but you're going to draw an object that takes the place of the bunny. So I had 2, so I'm going to draw 2 circles because I really like circles. 1, 2, and then I want to write the number 2 because I really like to write my number. And then I had 6 more. Okay, so let's see. 1, and I like to count while I draw because it really helps me remember. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to write the number 6. And if you wanted to, you could draw your tally marks as well because it's really important to keep practicing all of our different representations. Remember, that takes the place of our bunnies. So let's draw 2 tally marks. 1, 2. And remember, I don't close it up because I only have 2. Now I need to draw 6 tally marks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and I'm going to shut the gate. 5, 6. Okay, so I have 2. I represented the 2 with my circles. So the 2 circles are just like my 2 bunnies. And then I wrote the number 2, and I have 2 tally marks. And then this time I think I'll go ahead and move my bunnies to my circles so I make sure that I did the right number of circles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's move that one over. He's kind of crowding. 5, 6. So I have my 6 bunnies on my 6 circles, and I wrote the number 6 because I like to practice writing my numbers. And then I have my 6 tally marks down here. So I've represented my work in 3 different ways, and I have objects. That's pretty amazing. Now you remember, I really love to use my equation frame because it tells me that I'm adding something. So it says, plus, because remember, plus means you're putting it together, equals, And this is the type of equal That's a total number. So let's move our bunnies away for a second and let's fill out our equation. I'm going to put it down and I'm going to get my dry erase marker. And a handy tip, if you make a mistake, you could always erase your dry erase board or your paper with a sock. Make sure it's a clean sock though. All right, so I had 2 bunnies. The 2 bunnies were sitting on the hill. So we're going to write the number 2 and then plus, let's see, there were 6. So 6 bunnies came hopping up the hill. So 6. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to count all my bunnies together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 plus 6 equals 8. So when the 2 bunnies met new friends that were hopping up the hill, they went from 2 to 8 because 6 joined them. Now, you'll remember that earlier we worked on our sentence that said, I know when I take away but we're going to do addition now. So let's move this aside for a second and we'll get our words out. And it's always really important to be able to explain why you know something, because that's when we use our brains and our higher level thinking. I know when I add to it equals because Let's see. Let's fill in our numbers first. I know when I add 2, because remember I had my 2 bunnies that were originally sitting on the hill, waiting for the bunny games to start, to 6, it equals, I'm going to remind myself by looking at my equation frame, 8, that's right. 2 and 6 equals 8. And if I wasn't sure, I could use a tool that I always have with me, my favorite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I made a mistake. Oh yeah, I have to add 2 to 6. So I'm going to start over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. So I can use my fingers because they are always my math tools that are with me. So I know when I add 2 to 6, it equals 8 because I counted the bunnies and I counted the tally marks and I counted my fingers. So I could write because I counted. So I'm going to put that here. If you don't have a dry erase board at home, you could always use a piece of paper. And if it's really hard for you to write the word counted or you're not sure how to spell it, do your best, or you can have a parent or whoever's taking care of you help you write it. I'm going to review my learning target to make sure that I met my goal. My target said I can solve subtraction and addition word problems within 10 by using objects. I used objects. I used bunnies and cars and drawings. I used circles. I used tally marks, and I used numbers to represent the problem, which means to show the problem. So I am at my learning target today. I was able to solve both my subtraction and my addition problems using the tools I had at hand and my fingers, which are my favorite math tools. Today we are going to be focusing on the standard I can write numbers from 0 to 20. We are going to go through some number formation today. And I have some amazing little rhymes and poems made up by Miss Jill Abrams at Kennedy Elementary. Thank you, Jill, for providing us with this great resource. This is a 0. Around and around and around you go. That's the way to make a 0. Get your air pencils ready. Are you ready? Follow along. We start at the red dot and we go around and we're still going around all the way to the red dot. And we finish and we make our 0. Remember, a 0 is used when you make the number 10 and 20. You put a 1 in front of it or a 2. The next number, one of my favorites, number 1. Straight line down, then you're done. That's the way to make a 1. Our pencil's ready. Mine's a little out of control. Our pencil. down you go from the dot. Remember, it's one nice straight line down. It's really fun if you want to write these numbers with crayons after you do your air pencils. I see a railroad track and I see a train around and back on the railroad track. Choo, 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 choo. Let's start at the red dot. Air pencils ready. We're going to go, let's see, around and back. Oh, I'm going down the railroad track and across. That's the way I make a number 2. I love number 2 because not only is it number 2, but I use it when I write the number 20. 3. We're on 3. Around a tree, around a tree. That's the way to make a 3. Do you see the big red dot? I'm gonna get my air pencil again. Could even be an air crayon this time or an air pen. I'm gonna start here and I'm gonna go around the tree and around the tree again and stop. And my beautiful 3 is done. What comes after 3? Think in your heads. If you said 4, you are right. So once more we go down and over and down once more. That's the way to make a 4. Starting at the red dot, we're going to go down. We're going to go across. And then I'm going to pick up my air crayon and I'm going to go up here to the top. And I'm going to make a nice straight line to connect the first 2 I made. We made a number 4. Number 5, Mrs. Robinson's favorite number in the whole world. He has a hat on, short neck. His belly is kind of fat. Mr. 5 needs a hat. Let's start at the red dot. We have 2 parts to this number, so we're going to actually lift our pencil or a crayon or a pen off the paper. We go down, we go around. It's kind of like a backwards magic C. And then we're going to lift, and we're going to go up to where we started, and we're going across. And that gives our nice number 5 a hat. Number 6. A curved line down and a loop for kicks. That's the way to make number 6. So starting at our red dot, we go down. And remember, we're making curves. Sometimes those are hard. It's kind of like making a big circle. We're going around and we close it back up right where it meets our line. And remember, if you make a mistake, that's all part of learning. Everybody makes mistakes. Across the sky and down from heaven, that's the way to make a 7. Okay, here we go. Starting, my air pencil's kind of crazy again. Get on the dot. Oh, it's on the dot. We're gonna go across. And then we're going down. Ready? I made a 7. We're on 7, so that means we have a few more numbers to go. After 7 comes number, number 8. Make an S. Ooh, we know how to make an S. But do not wait. Go back up to make an 8. Here we go. We're starting at the red dot. We're going down. We're curving, making my S. And then when I get to the part where I would stop my S, I'm going up and connecting it to 8. Super job. You're doing great. How are your air pencils doing? Do you need to change them to crayons or markers? Do that now. Make a circle, then a line. That's the way to make a 9. Here we go. Magic C again. I see it in there. We're going around, 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 around. And I'm going to go back to where I started. And then I go down and I stop. And now for our favorite number. Number 10. First a 1 and then a 0. Number 10 is our hero. So I have to write 2 numbers. I'm going to start at the red dot and go down. And then I'm going to come off the paper and go over to my 0 spot. I'm starting over here in the corner. And then I'm going to move it around and around and around and around and around. And I close it back up. That's my number 10. Now, if you remember, our standard is to 20. So my friends, remember the teen family? We take the number 1. Let's take the number 1 out of our pile. Number 1. Then we can take a number 3, and we practice writing a 1 with a 3 because 1 and 3, when put together, not added, but put together side by side, is 13. Go all the way through your numbers till you get to number 20. But remember, if you need help, be sure to ask. And it's okay for your friends or your family members to help you write those numbers and you trace them. Hi, I'm Katie Cutsforth, and I teach kindergarten at Jacksonville Elementary. I have a super fun standard that I want to share with you. It's about writing numbers. I can write numbers from 0 to 20, and here's the fun part, represent a number of objects with a written numeral, 0 to 20. The word numeral is kind of fancy. It's kind of a fancy word for number. So I'm going to show you how you can make a book at home just using a lunch bag. I love making books out of bags. Makes a cool sound. So I'm going to fold my bag in half. And I'll push down really hard. Now my dad got this package in the mail and it has stickers in it. And he knows how much I love stickers. So I'm going to open it up a little bit. I'm going to take my stickers out. They're super cute. I'm not sure which ones I'm going to use yet. Now, I want everyone to know that this book is mine. So first, I'm going to put my name on it. Katie. And I think I'll draw a smiley face because I feel really happy about writing numbers. Boop, boop, and a big smile. Okay, here's the exciting part. When you make a book or when you're writing numbers, you don't have to start with 0 if you don't want to. And 0 is kind of a funny one because that would be no stickers for the number 0, but I think I'll write the number 2. I just learned how to be really good at writing the number 2. So I'll write the number 2 on this page. I like the bottom part, how it comes across like that. Then I'll pick 2 of my favorite stickers that my dad gave to me. Oh, I love this blue heart. Blue's my favorite color. There's one, but I know I need another one because I wrote the number 2 and I want my stickers to match the number 2. So then if I close my book and I open it, my eyes go right to those stickers and I know that 2 stickers matches my number 2. I have a lot of stickers left though, so on my next page, I want to have a lot of stickers. I love the number 11. While I'm writing the number 11, I'll tell you why. It's just a 1 stuck to another 1. And you can't write it backward. That's so exciting. I hope I have enough room for 11 stickers. You can count with me if you want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm running out of room, but that's okay. 6. We'll stick some on top of each other. 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I see a blue balloon. Remember that blue's my favorite color? I'll do that one for the last one, 11. So that way, if I close my book and I open it up, I know that's 2 stickers, but whoa, I might have to count these again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now I know that my stickers match the number 11, because just to double check, it says I can write numbers from 0 to 20. I wrote the number 2 and the number 11, and I can represent a number of objects like stickers with a written numeral 0 to 20. So I wrote the number 2 and put 2 stickers. Then I wrote the number 11 and I got to stick 11 stickers on my book.
Thanks for tuning in to Medford Anywhere Learning TV. Medford School District is a place where all are learning, and learning is for all.